Hey folks, this is Rhykker with a video on the latest Diablo 4 quarterly update blog. This is the Q3 update, which should have happened by the end of September. We're getting it early. They had previously teased a few weeks ago that we'd be getting an update hopefully sooner than expected and that it would cover monetization. It would answer everyone's questions about monetization so that all the doomsayers who are saying that D4 is going to be pay to win, D4 is going to be Diablo Immortal, there's no way Blizzard's going to leave all that money on the table, everything is going to be pay to win, pay money to get everything you could possibly want because Blizzard is the worst company ever and Diablo is going to be garbage now forever. All of that's going to be answered now in the next few minutes as we go through this update. One way or the other, we're going to find out together now. Also, if you have not seen the previous quarterly updates, I have videos on each of them. The last one was for the latest class, the Necromancer. You can find all my quarterly update videos on my website, Rhykker.com. And on that note, before we move on, just a quick word from this video's sponsor, Squarespace. I built my website, Rhykker.com, using Squarespace, and I was able to do everything myself quickly and easily and with zero education in the field, all thanks to how easy Squarespace is to work with. Watch how easily I update my website to add my latest Diablo 4 quarterly update videos. Squarespace is flexible for any kind of website, whether for your business or your hobby, with tons of templates that you can easily customize to your needs, no knowledge of coding required. You can even connect your social media profiles to automatically push website content to your socials, set up members-only areas with exclusive content, and sell products. Basically, if you want to build a website, I recommend Squarespace. So, head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Rhykker and use code Rhykker to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/RHYKKER and use code Rhykker to get started today. So diving right in now, Diablo 4 quarterly update, August 2022. Hello and welcome to our third D4 quarterly update of 2022. We hope you enjoyed last quarter's dive into the playstyles of our final launch class, the Necromancer. That blog and our previous updates can be read here if you missed out. The Necromancer is looking really cool, by the way. Again, we got a video on that if you haven't seen it. Today we'll be talking about some of what's coming to Diablo 4 after the game ships. Okay, I thought it was gonna be monetization. So after the game ships, this is often referred to as a live service. Okay, maybe that's a monetization tie-in here, as a live service. So they want to, okay, before they lay the monetization on us, they're gonna explain why they're monetizing it by showing us what they plan to do to support the game. Okay, this is often referred to as a live service, and we have ambitious plans here. Well. Our associate game director for live service, Joseph Pipiora, and our director of product, Kagan Clark, are here to talk details. Everything they describe is in addition to delivering the complete D4 experience, the rich endgame features you expect at launch, and regular expansions that continue the story. Okay, so this is in addition. So they're already promising rich endgame features. D3 had no endgame features at launch. That said, when you launch an ARPG nowadays, there's an expectation of there being endgame features. D2R, for instance, has no endgame features, but that's a remaster of an old game that did not have endgame features either. And regular expansions. So they're already promising minimum 2 expansions. Minimum. Now, according to the leaked product slate from 2010, D3 was supposed to have 2 expansions. According to rumor, the second expansion, codenamed King of the North, was cancelled pretty much as soon as Reaper of Souls was released, and they got the team working on D4 right away. So now, publicly, they are saying expansions plural. Alright. Many of you enjoy the seasons in D2 Resurrected and Diablo 3, and have asked for more extensive season support. We agree one of the most fun ways to play Diablo is through seasons, so we're making the first one available soon after launch. It took us, what, 2-3 years to get seasons in D3? So soon after launch, and building a dedicated team to bring you up to 4 seasons a year. Okay, that's what we get in D3. Each with major new features, quest lines, enemies, legendary items, and more. So Diablo 3 gets 4 seasons a year. That's a good number. 4 is a good number. Path of Exile does this as well. What we get in Diablo 3 are maybe new legendary items, some balance changes, maybe new features. Now we're additionally getting new quest lines, enemies, and more. D4 seasons are modeled after those of D3. Well, baseline, okay. When a new season begins, all the characters from the prior season are moved to the Eternal Realm, non-season, where you can keep playing, leveling up, and collecting loot. Okay, so a new season will be a fresh start every time then. To play in the new season, you'll create a fresh character and experience the new seasonal features and content while leveling up alongside other players. This is pretty par for the course for modern ARPGs. This, along with capping Paragon points. We had a discussion on Paragon on one of the previous quarterly updates. I believe it was 2 or 3 quarterly updates ago. We discussed Paragon. The video will pop up here somewhere. But again, Rhykker.com has it all. Paragon by itself is not a bad idea. It is how it is implemented. In D3, the endless, no cap, endless power from Paragon is the problem. Capped Paragon, which is what we speculated would be the case in D4, could be very okay. So capping Paragon points in D4 ensures that your effort and skill, measured by both dexterity and theory crafting, determine how powerful your character becomes. Real quick, the problem in D3 is that if you have 2,000 more Paragon than someone else, that is an immense amount more of power. And it does not take any skill to get Paragon, it's just time invested. If someone can play every day for 8 hours a day, and you can only play for 3 hours a week, there is no chance, zero chance of you being able to keep up or catch up. You cap Paragon, you don't make it increase your power forever, you put a greater focus now on your build that you have theory crafted, put together, and on your player's skill. It also allows players who missed the last season to participate. So basically, it doesn't matter if you come to the game late, every season is a fresh start, so you're not like 3 years behind everyone or 3 months behind everyone. New season starts, everyone starts off on an even, equal, fair footing. This season design requires that all sources of character power come from playing the game, so you will not be able to pay for power in Diablo 4. They've been saying this since 2019. They said it at BlizzCon, they said it in the dev interview that myself and other people have had. They've said that since then. They are repeating it. You will not be able to pay for power in Diablo 4. You can read about our monetization philosophy below, along with details on how the cosmetics shop and optional season pass support and enhance seasons. Okay, so cosmetics shop, optional season pass. Combine that with will not be able to pay for power. So season pass, aka battle pass. A lot of people have an irrational dislike of these. Well, okay, I guess it's rational because oftentimes battle passes are implemented in a bad way. The idea of a battle pass is not bad by itself, it's how it is implemented. An optional battle pass is something that not everyone has to pay. We want to ensure that not everyone has to spend money. Not everyone has to pay a sub fee. Some people might want to play 1 month but not another, one season, not another. So instead of having an entry fee for everyone, optional cosmetics, optional season pass lets those who want to pay, and those who don't, because you will not be able to pay for power. We hope you enjoyed this update and look forward to your thoughts and reactions. Later this year, we'll be testing our endgame systems. Later this year, so Q4 endgame? Wait, we'll be testing our endgame systems. We'll also be testing features that enable players who have completed the game's campaign to flag it as completed for new characters they create, and allow characters on the Eternal Realm to contribute to seasonal progress. Finally, stay tuned for a winter blog. Allow characters on the Eternal Realm, aka non-season, to contribute to seasonal progress. That's interesting. Okay, season pass, battle pass. Now, not everyone likes to play seasons. Not everyone has put so much time into the game that they want to restart every 3 months. Some people like to keep playing their same character. This almost sounds like a way for non-season players to get seasonal rewards. We don't even have that in D3. That's very interesting. We'll see what that means. Because right now in D3, seasons offer unique cosmetic rewards oftentimes. You can only get them from playing season, so some people feel obliged to do the bare minimum in a season to get their seasonal rewards. If you're giving non-season players a way to do this, that is very interesting, very fair. We're grateful to have you with us on this journey. Thanks for playing. Joe Shelley, Game Director. All right, seasons. This is Joe Pipura speaking, the Associate Game Director responsible for game systems and our live service. Today, I finally get to talk about our high-level plans for D4's seasonal content updates. We are in the exciting position of delivering the high-quality, quarterly releases D4 deserves. The ones that D3 never got. As our game director Joe Shelley noted earlier, we are pursuing a seasonal reset structure for our live game. Diablo is a game about choice and possibility. We feel it is at its best when you get a clean slate to start from in a season, picking a class, customizing your build, and chasing down items that support it along the way. So this is in stark contrast to Diablo Immortal, for instance, which is an MMO, which there are seasons, I believe. Every month is a new season of some kind. There's ongoing updates, but you always have the same character or characters. You don't have to restart at any point. D4, more classic ARPG, where you do get those resets. This affords us several advantages, and chief among them is that we can really shake the box of D4 with each season, creating unique experiences with each of our quarterly releases. Man, if these are not just words, if we're really gonna get shaking the box each season, unique experiences. I mean, the last few seasons, I'd say the last year or more of seasons in D3 have been the most box shaking, but it's still within the confines of having a very small team running the game or left maintaining the game. There's not a whole lot they can do with regards to scope. So if we're gonna have that but unleashed with a full team behind it, I am excited for what we could be seeing for D4 seasons. New content. We think it is important that players see that the game is changing in meaningful ways. This is pretty cool. This is hell? That's pretty cool. Each season will be released with a fresh new gameplay feature. Oh my god, they're actually promising this. Ooh, oh boy, oh boy. So Path of Exile does this. Well, I don't know, a new gameplay feature. It depends on what you qualify as a feature. Path of Exile introduces a new gameplay system, pretty much. Every expansion, every league. But that's PoE's thing. Crunchy game mechanics, complex systems, that's PoE's thing. I don't think D4 can compete with PoE in that same regard, and it doesn't need to. D4 needs to find its thing. Now we're saying gameplay feature. I do wonder what that is going to refer to, but already. Okay, we're being promised a new gameplay feature every season, and quest line that introduces new challenges, mysteries, and possibilities into the level up experience. So we have this open world in Diablo 4, so we likely have a campaign to play through. It's not unreasonable to assume there will be side quests as well. I'm factoring in the fact that they said that we can skip the campaign, so if they are going to be adding new quest lines, presumably those will be open world quest lines, which also suggests that we're not going to be leveling up a character at the start of a season by running rifts forever. That quests will either be the thing to do or one of the things to do. This is something players should begin to experience before the end of their first hour of play. So every season within your first hour, you are experiencing the new content, new gameplay feature and quest line within your first hour of play at the start of a new season. This is so important. So many people in D3 keep asking, so has anything changed in the game? So has anything changed in the game? And I guess for people that play the game every day, yeah, for me, things change. But I could understand if you're someone who's only coming back to the game every few months, or let's say every year or two. Yeah, the game hasn't changed a whole lot. You know, at the start of the season, you create your character, you maybe do some bounties, and you do rifts, and it's the same formula all the time. Here they're promising us, we're gonna get new stuff within the first hour. One of the benefits of our seasonal direction is that it enables fun, new ways to play throughout your character's progression. That is wonderful. Wow. So I was not expecting this. I was not expecting this to be the direction they were going to take with seasons. This is big. This is big. Each season's new quest line will reveal more of the world of Sanctuary, probably not more geographically, and your character's place in it. Here we get an opportunity to introduce new characters or revisit old ones while exploring the lore and content of the season. So we might see familiar characters return. Refreshing the meta. Well, this is the Paragon board, right? Glyphs, what is this? Okay, this looks like the Paragon board that is now that now has some art applied to it. So let's get a zoom in on this. Available points 195. I believe we theory crafted that there would be 200 Paragon points, that you start getting them at level 50, max character level is 100, and you get 4 Paragon points per level, therefore you are getting 200 Paragon points in total, unless it's going to be 195. Regardless, that seems to line up. So we see you have your strength, intelligence, willpower, and dexterity there. This seems to be a dex-based character. The visuals already look a lot better. So, okay, let's parse what we're seeing here. We see glyphs. What are glyphs? And there's different numbers of them. My first impression is that these look like maps from PoE. So 4166, they're different symbols as well. So each of these is something different, yes. He's selecting that. Okay, now if we're looking at the board, Doesn't this look like one of those glyphs? It does. This over here is exactly this glyph over here. So that would mean the glyph is something you put inside your Paragon board. All right, we did see like empty holes in the Paragon board. So, okay, you will somehow acquire glyphs and you can place those in your Paragon board. Interesting. What else can we parse here? So we see little exit signs. We know that you can, okay, yes, you can join Paragon boards together. So this is one Paragon board. You can see the line here, the line here. This is the attachment, the attachment. So this right here is one Paragon board. Now, this does not appear to be a main Paragon board. It seems like maybe this one to the left is the main one, and then we attach to here to keep building. It seems we have not made this connection yet. Right. So the grayed out symbols, he has not yet made that connection. But wait, no, this board is also filled in. If this board is also filled in, how did he do that? Does this loop around? What? He's filled in part of the board here, and he's filled in part of the board here, and he's filled in this board, but there's no attachment there. So how, unless he's going like up? Okay, maybe it connects there, and there's a connection at the, oh no, there's a connection down here. We see the connection down here. So it could go down, and then there's another one off screen below, and then another one off screen to the bottom right, and then the connection to this one up here. I wonder if you'll be able to like zoom out to see your full Paragon board layout. This is crazy. Okay. So we're seeing, okay, these appear to be very minor nodes. Oh, look at that, strength. Oh, you're getting strength from getting those. Okay, because they're the little fists, right? But it's all fists. It's fists everywhere. I mean, I guess it's possible that it's just always fists. Either that or that's just placeholder? That seems odd. I mean, Dex is clearly what he's invested in the most and not strength, and yet we're seeing all of these fisty glyphs highlighted. Anyway, then we see these larger glyphs. That, I believe, is like a wizard symbol, isn't it? Then we have that one there. We got some bigger glyphs. Okay, so some interesting things. We're seeing different size nodes. We're seeing this person has kind of gone a path through here. He's grabbed that big node. He's come down here to grab that big node. We're seeing different colors, actually, of the nodes. There's blue. There's, I guess, gray. Then there's these interesting ones here that seem to be around this glyph. Are those all within 3? 2 or 3. I guess it's a certain pattern around here. Well, we see this circle around the glyph. Well, let's read and see what we can deduce more. D4 is a vast game. We want to ensure that we are keeping existing content and features in a place where they remain fun and challenging to participate in. We want to ensure that we are keeping existing content and features in a place where they remain fun and challenging to participate in. That's almost like they're promising to not do the power creep that we've seen in D3. To that end, we will always be evaluating the state of the game to regularly revitalize older stomping grounds. Okay. So not necessarily no power creep. One clear example here is looking at the relative balance between classes, builds, and powers. Diablo is a game that is about creating exciting, overpowered builds. And while we don't want to balance the fun out of the experience, we don't want to create situations in which imprecise tuning squash creativity. Okay, so they're going to be always looking at the relative balance between classes, builds, and powers. It's a game about creating exciting, overpowered builds. I mean, that's fair. That was always the case. Overpowered could be Diablo 2 overpowered and not Diablo 3 overpowered. And while we don't want to balance the fun out of the experience, we don't want to create situations in which imprecise tuning squash creativity. I think this is a very gentle way of saying we will nerf things if we have to. We don't want to balance the fun out. We know you're having a lot of fun playing this super broken build that is 10 times more powerful than any other build, but that creates a situation that because of imprecise tuning, you can't have any creativity because the only build to play is this stupidly overpowered one because you'd have to be silly to not play the best absolute mind-blowing build that blows away anything else. Okay, if my interpretation of this is correct, and if you disagree, sign off in the comments, I think this is good news. We will also be constantly adding new legendary and unique items, Paragon boards, constantly adding new Paragon boards. Whoa! Glyphs? What are these glyphs? Okay, obviously they're things to add to Paragon boards. Okay. And more that will continually refresh the meta and create new build opportunities. Man, if these glyphs can operate kind of like passive skills, this would be more meta changing than anything that we've seen in D3. Well, okay, in D3, everything is about your itemization, right? In the past several years, the only thing that's changed is items. Asterisk, there might be 1 or 2 situations where something else changed. But for the most part, they don't touch skills anymore. Early D3 they did, but they stopped balancing skills. The skills have remained stagnant for the longest time. So it sounds like they're not going to be adding new skills. At least they've not promised constantly adding new skills. But who knows what these glyphs can do in the Paragon boards. Improving the game. With each season, we'll be looking into ways to simply improve the player experience. As a live product, we intend to hold D4 to an exceedingly high standard. Don't worry, the community will do that for you. We are here to build a live game that we can be proud of, and the best way to do that is by engaging our players directly. Oh. Based on feedback that we receive, the team will identify quality of life features and polish work that can be done to improve the overall game experience, and invite the community to vote upon their priority. Voting. Democracy. While we cannot always flip a switch to tackle something immediately, you can rest assured that we will be active in improving the quality of the game experience for years to come. Voting on things? This is the most pulse on a community Diablo game that we've been promised yet. Live events. Sanctuary is a living world filled with people, creatures, and factions striving to meet their own ends. Attentive players should be on the lookout for new live events that will crop up each season. An example of a live event might be the warning of an impending invasion of the drowned, which may last a weekend, or the arrival of a strange peddler amidst the crags of the dry steppes. So like a vendor? These events provide gateways to new adventures and unique rewards. So they just gave 2 very different examples. We're seeing things like this in Diablo Immortal, I believe. In D3, we would occasionally have like double goblin weekends. So it sounds like they want to take that idea of the double goblin weekends and really expand on it, which is exciting. It's a reason for people to log in. Okay, season journey. Let's take a look at this image. So chapter 2. So Diablo 3 has a season journey, for instance. We'll hide our face here so you can see the image in full. Diablo 3's season journey serves 2 purposes. The first is to acquire your Hadrig's gift. It's a way to earn a set, basically. And then as you go deeper, it's to unlock cosmetics, with the final cosmetic unlocking at the end of the season journey. So overview. Objectives completed in the season's journey earn you favor, which helps to boost your season pass. Okay, so season journey is tied into season pass, it sounds. Complete the majority of objectives per chapter. Oh, just the majority. In D3, you have to complete all the objectives to unlock the next chapter. That's nice, that gives you some wiggle room. Okay, that's very nice actually. You can decide if there's some particular thing that you hate doing, you don't have to do it necessarily, if there's something else you can do. Chapter rewards. We're on chapter 2 right now. Complete 9 of 11 objectives to earn chapter rewards and unlock the next chapter. So those appear to be, well, on the right reward is a rare ring. I'm not sure what those other 2 things are. Maybe it's some kind of offhand for a sorcerer or necromancer. Otherwise, it's some kind of a box, like a lock on it. It looks like a phylactery actually, so I guess it's a necromancer item. Maybe these are specific to your given character. So here you can see the objectives: achieve level 20, craft a magic item, interact with the jeweler, and craft a gem. That's not how to spell jeweler. Whoa, that's a, oh boy, that typo. And complete 7 dungeons. But don't worry, it's not set dungeons, it's just dungeons. So overall seems similar to the D3 season journey. It's not clear, I guess, what the other rewards are gonna be. It looks like there's rewards for every step. Here we're getting items, maybe it's just going to be items, maybe it'll be cosmetics. And then in addition to that, I guess it ties into the season pass. So, season journey. Alongside our major season releases, we see the return of the season journey. Players are pushed to explore Sanctuary anew, earning limited time rewards with each chapter of the season journey that is completed. Completing the season journey is quite a feat, with the final step demanding the character overcome an extremely difficult encounter. With the final step demanding the character overcome an extremely difficult encounter with an especially deadly foe. Uber bosses? Some kind of Uber boss or some kind of a fight. That's new. We didn't have that in the D3 season journey. With future season journeys, we are regularly adding pinnacle level difficulty challenges for players to complete. Pinnacle level difficulty challenges. So every season is going to have some new, oh my gosh. Because right now it's like, okay, well, my big thing that I continue to wonder is, what are we doing day to day in Diablo 4? What is a day playing D4 going to look like? As, once you're in the middle of a season, what is there to do? In D3, you basically just run Greater Rifts all the time. Maybe you try to beat your Greater Rift record. That's kind of the only aspirational goal to go for. I'm going to try to beat my record on Greater Rifts. Like, Ubers aren't a challenge anymore. There's no other challenge in D3 other than beating your Greater Rift record. if now we're going to get these pinnacle level challenges that are extremely difficult, that means every season pretty much has an end boss, and it's going to be a new one every season? Well, hold on. They didn't promise a new one every season, did they? With future season journeys, we are regularly adding pinnacle level difficulty challenges for players to complete, proving their worth and earning unique cosmetic rewards besides. Regularly adding pinnacle level difficulty challenges. I mean, that sounds like they're saying a new challenge. Okay, so this could mean like, okay, maybe they have a formula for what the challenge is going to be. And it like, so imagine the formula would be, you fight an enemy that has the powers of a player character. And so every season they can change the build that you're fighting, right? That's a way of adding a new pinnacle level challenge every season with it being different, but it being relatively low effort, like easy to do, right? It still provides a unique experience for the player. They're having to fight a different build, but it's not as difficult as designing like an entirely new boss fight with unique boss mechanics and something every season. I mean, I don't know what they're promising here, but even if it is the most bare bones interpretation, it still sounds pretty good. All right, like Diablo 3, the season journey is free for all players. Completing season journey objectives also grants progress towards the season pass, a new feature with a battle pass style progression that advances alongside the season journey, enabling players to earn even more rewards just by playing. The Season Pass has both free rewards, cosmetics, premium currency, and gameplay boosts. Gameplay boosts? Wait, okay, free rewards, free gameplay boosts. Okay, so premium currency can mean stuff to buy cosmetics with, or I guess if there's gameplay boosts. Okay, if a gameplay boost is something like power level my character, that's not too bad. And paid rewards, cosmetics and premium currency only. Okay, so with money, you can only buy cosmetics and premium currency. What can you spend premium currency on? I guess the implication is just cosmetics, but we don't know for sure yet. Maybe they're going to explain this later. But gameplay boost here. So maybe this will be explained in a bit, but let's think of a gameplay boost. So what happens in Diablo 3 right now? Season starts. Most people who start playing immediately make their way to level 70, the max level. And that's when the begging begins. That's when everyone starts to want a boost, a power level to 70, because some people either can't be bothered or they have no interest in doing the 1 to 70 themselves. And so it just inconveniences the people who are 70 to get the other people to 70. I've always been okay with the idea of people doing something to earn a boost to 70. That doesn't have to involve bothering someone else. It's also like, it's a tax on people who are not social, right? If you have a lot of friends, if you are engaged in a community, if you know a lot of people, you can get a boost easily. If you like to play by yourself, if you don't know people, if you don't have friends that play the game, then you don't get boosted. You can't get boosted, or you have to go ask strangers, and you know, it's just awkward, right? So if you're gonna have a game in which people can boost other people, yeah, why not give solo players a way to boost themselves, to earn a boost for themselves? And it sounds like maybe that's what a gameplay boost means. We'll have to get more details there. All right, Season Pass. Hey everyone, I'm Kagan Clark, Director of Product of D4, here to talk about our approach to live service monetization in D4. As we've discussed previously, D4 will be a full-price game with a cosmetic shop and Season Pass, none of which provide any pay-for-power options. Our goal in designing our in-game purchases is that we want to create beautiful things which add value to players' experience of the game. The scale of D4 Seasons is much more ambitious than what we've done in the past on D3, with a large development team dedicated to seasons after launch. Large dev team dedicated to seasons. So that's, you know, there's gonna be people working on the expansions, for instance, right? So you're not gonna have people splitting their time between the season and the expansion. Large team dedicated to seasons. Beautiful. D4 will be supported by an army of developers for years to come. Not a skeleton crew, not an army of the dead. With all the exciting plans we have for seasons, we want them to be enjoyed by everyone, regardless of whether they buy anything from the shop. I'm grateful for the opportunity to finally share more with the community about our live service model. Seasons will add all new gameplay, quests, challenges, meta changes, and quality of life improvements. The Season Pass recognizes players' dedication, with greater rewards unlocking as you play more throughout the season, which is fair. There will be a single track of rewards with free tiers that are unlocked just by playing the game and leveling, and premium tiers which provide no in-game power or advantage over other players. No advantage over other players in the premium tier. The free tiers of the pass. No advantage pretty much rules out, people argue over, well, this isn't technically power. No advantage. The free tiers of the pass will provide gameplay boosts to all players. So this is the free tier. You cannot spend money for gameplay boost. I'm still wondering what those gameplay boosts are. Okay, she's explaining it. Things which make the journey of leveling up a fresh seasonal character faster and more streamlined. Well, there you go. So it's not even giving you a free boost to max level. It's just gonna, so I guess what? Things which make the journey of leveling faster and more streamlined. What would make it faster without you just skipping to max level? I guess an XP boost? And you still have to earn it. Again, you cannot spend money. So at the start of a season, you cannot start the season. So let's just assume it's an XP boost. You cannot start the season with it, which means at the start of a season, again, everyone starts off fresh, even, fair playing field. So the people that are racing to max level are still racing to max level. And then it's going to take time for people to earn their free boosts. And that's just going to be a catch-up mechanic, basically. So it shouldn't have any impact on people racing or trying to be first or get ahead of other people. It's really just to stop people begging for boosts, which is, it's a problem I've wanted to see solved within the game for a long time. In contrast, the premium tier rewards are focused on aesthetics, providing a huge value in the form of cosmetics and premium currency. Many of the rewards embody the seasonal theme, helping players show off their participation in that season. Many of the rewards embody the seasonal theme. So it could be that the cosmetics are themed per season. We kind of have that in D3, like the portrait might be themed to the season. They started doing that more. It was kind of random in the past. So, okay, that's cool. The season of Marvel will have like the Thanos skin. No, they're not going to do that. But let's say they have the I don't know, the season of Hell, and it's all like, devil-looking, evil-looking cosmetics, for argument's sake. The season of Heaven is going to be all, pure, angelic, that kind of stuff is probably what they're teasing. Let's talk about what players can expect. The Season Pass has free tiers and premium tiers. Throughout the pass, players can earn a variety of rewards for free just by playing. At any point during the season, players can purchase the premium pass, i.e. you can do it on the very last day, to unlock the ability to earn premium rewards tiers containing seasonally themed cosmetics and premium currency. The Season Pass awards cosmetic. Like the shop, these don't affect gameplay. Additionally, certain cosmetic types are exclusive to the Season Pass. Okay, so there will be Season Pass exclusive cosmetics. The Season Pass awards premium currency. Players can spend this currency on cosmetics offered in the shop. Okay, so this answers premium currency, you spend that on cosmetics. The Season Pass awards free season boosts. Boosts accelerate players' progress for the duration of the season. For example, a season boost might accelerate XP earned to make leveling multiple characters within a season faster. Because they affect gameplay, season boosts are free rewards for all players. You cannot spend money on it. We want to be clear that players can't unlock season boosts more quickly through purchases. There is no way to unlock more boosts or boosts at a faster pace by spending money. Players can purchase tiers, but they won't speed up getting season boosts. Players can't upgrade season boosts just by purchasing tiers, because they'll also have to earn level milestones to apply them. All other tier rewards can be unlocked instantly by purchasing tiers. In other words, there's no way to shortcut getting season boosts by buying tiers. They must be earned. Okay, so I'm interpreting this to mean that, let's say you don't have time to make your way through the entire battle pass, right? So generally battle passes work where you progress through it, unlocking more and more stuff. People that have a lot of time to play the game can generally get through it all. If you don't have enough time, it sounds like you can spend money to progress along that track. That will award you the cosmetics, but anything that would get you a boost, you're not going to get until you reach the milestone at which you would have, I guess, normally unlocked it. The season journey accelerates season pass progression. While any playstyle can progress through the season pass, min-maxers can focus on season journey objectives to advance more quickly. Alright, on to the shop. The way we approach designing the shop and the cosmetics within it, oh man. Oh, okay, hold on. I don't want to get distracted. was by thinking about the experience we want players to have. We want buying things to feel good before, during, and after purchase. No buyer's remorse. So if players choose to buy something, it should be because they want to, not because they feel like they have to. It should also be clear to players exactly what they are getting before they choose to buy, with no unpleasant surprises. The shop's cosmetics build on the foundation of a huge variety of transmogs from weapons and armors players will find in-game. It's also important to us that the shop is grounded within Diablo's world, so our cosmetics are holistic fantasies, the individual components of which can be mixed and matched with transmogs from armors acquired in-game for endless customization options. Okay, that's one thing I was wondering about the cosmetics, whether it would be like a full skin or whether you would unlock the separate transmogs. That's great to hear. So, our cosmetics are holistic fantasies. In other words, you're not going to have a My Little Pony skin, you're not going to have crazy pink unicorns and all that stuff. I know that's a concern of a lot of people, the verisimilitude of the world. They see other games with skins and how over time they become all these crazy, zany, out of control skins. There's a very clear art direction. They still want it to be Diablo. The other concern I hear is, well, unless we get the cosmetics, our characters don't look like garbage. We've already seen a number of gear options in D4. Unless all of those, literally all of those, are paid cosmetics, which I cannot imagine, it looks like there's enough regular, cool-looking armor. So let's get a closer look at that. So this is the shop. Character select, shop. Cosmetics, Palladium. I guess that is the premium currency. I like 666. So you probably click here to purchase the Palladium, the premium currency. The Lion of Ariat. So that's a barbarian cosmetic. And I guess it's saying there's 7 items in the box. That's probably 1 piece of transmog for every gear slot. Heir to the Sea. This is a druid slot. It's the Kraken! It's a Kraken druid. That is so cool. Wraith Lord Necromancer. Oh man, look at that. Fractured Magic. Yeah, that is that wizard symbol, or I guess sorceress symbol that I saw in the Paragon board. Fractured Magic. Look at that. And then Raised Wolf for Rogue. That appears. I guess raised by wolves. That one has 8. Oh, look at that. You're getting an extra cosmetic in there. I mean, okay. This one's definitely the the most impressive in that it changes your face into a spooky ghost. But these, for the most part, look pretty visually distinct from the cosmetics we've already seen, which leads me to think that the cosmetics we've seen probably are just the regular game transmogs. Like here, like this Kraken, you know, skin is very themed uniformly. You know, being a king. Heck, I mean, this kind of looks like it can pass as a regular transmog, apart from the crown, I suppose. Let's talk more about what players can expect. The shop, oh man, I'm so distracted. The shop sells cosmetics for premium currency. Cosmetics give players even more options to customize the visual appearance of their characters. Nothing offered in the shop grants a direct or indirect gameplay advantage. Nothing in the shop. So, while many of these may look like powerful pieces of gear, they have no in-game stats. Wonderful. And here we go, a bundle. The Wraith Lord bundle has chest, helm, gloves, pants, boots, shield, and sword. Oh, and the sword could be used on multiple characters, it seems. Barbarian, rogue, necro. Their souls answer my call. Some necromancers explore beyond the body, blood and bones of the dead. Skilled necromancers manipulate the spirit, putting that energy to use as well. This feels very Tolkien. The ring wraiths, or that scene with the sailor spirits. The shop is optional. Players can experience all core and seasonal gameplay features without spending money. Our goal is for players to enjoy going to the shop, buy something when it catches their fancy, and walk away happy with what they bought. So we can experience all core and seasonal gameplay features without spending money. The shop is transparent. It's important that players know exactly what to expect before making a purchase. We've built preview functionality, wonderful, that enables players to closely examine every detail of the cosmetic on their own characters before deciding to make a purchase. That is so great. Transmog Burial Shroud, somewhat mimicking the human body. Underneath the outer shell of this breastplate lies a rib-like substructure of metal slats, further enhancing its protective qualities. But not really, it's just cosmetic. Equipped from Wardrobe, interesting. Supported class is Necro, very cool. The best looking cosmetics aren't exclusive to the shop. D4 will ship with hundreds of transmogs unlockable from drops in-game, including dozens of armor sets of the highest visual quality. There are incredible pieces, unique and legendary quality items for players to find without ever going to the shop. The shop offers more diversity of choices, not systematically better choices. So I think this on the right is the King transmog. The fact that they're putting them side by side suggests that this is a non-purchasable transmog. Similarly here with the Necro, this one we already saw revealed with the Necro. This one we did not. That is wicked. Look at that face split in half. But yeah, I mean, look at this transmog. If that's not even a cosmetic that you can purchase, that is wicked. Look what it does to your chest. You can see the heart in there. That's crazy. Going down, here we got the Rogue. Oh, this is the Raised by Wolves thing. Oh, so then what is this? Is this the Fractured Mat? No, it's not. We don't have it here. Okay. Very cool, though. So that's got to be Raised by Wolves. And that's a regular one. Very cool. Yeah. Screen captures of legendary armors earned through the game left versus armor cosmetics in the shop right. There you go. So no one can say, well, characters don't look like crap unless we spend money. Bleh. Armor transmogs in the shop are usable on all characters of that class. Right, so like right now in Immortal, if you buy a cosmetic, it's just for the character that you purchased it on. Now, you're unlocking it for any character, basically. It just seems like the cosmetics are class-specific, but otherwise. Many of the cosmetics in the shop are class-specific fantasies, which wouldn't necessarily make sense visually on other classes. Once you unlock a cosmetic from the shop for a given class, you can use it on every character of that class on your account. Presumably that means in future seasons as well. There are special cosmetics exclusive to the Season Pass, which celebrate the theme of the season and look similar across all the classes. Ah, nice. Cool. The most important guiding principle beyond the shop and Season Pass is to create something players love, look forward to, and appreciate being part of the game. Cosmetics in D4 create new ways for players to express themselves and never provide advantages in-game. Gotta hammer home that point. Players will experience all the fun of seasons, whether they spend anything or not. We intend to continue our dialogue with players about shop and Season Pass, and will always listen and seek out the community's feedback about it. It is our sincerest belief that we can work together with the community to keep Diablo 4 a living, evolving world for many years to come. Thanks for reading. We'll be sharing more soon. Closing thoughts, we want players to take comfort in knowing D4 will continue to evolve its offerings post-launch. The introduction of new seasons alongside live events and a returning season journey will work in tandem to breathe variety into the game while also reinforcing its core principle, empowering players to experience Sanctuary as they see fit. We can't wait for you to explore the systems in the future. So I was expecting a monetization blog. I got monetization plus details on what they're planning for seasons, which is sounding great. We have final, full, official confirmation. D4 is not pay to win. I don't know how anyone could now have any further thoughts that it possibly will be. Again, we are less than a year from release at this point. There's not going to be some hostile takeover and someone's going to come in and force them to introduce pay to win into the game. It doesn't matter how much money Diablo Immortal makes. It's a different product on a different business model on a different platform. Also, in a late-breaking edition here, Associate Game Director Joe Pipiora took to Twitter to state that anything purchased from the store or earned in the Season Pass cannot be traded with other players. This means there cannot even be indirect pay-to-win, where you spend money on a cosmetic and trade it to another player in exchange for some powerful item. But I turn the question to you folks. What are your thoughts on this update? Are you as excited about it as I am? While we don't have an official release date for Diablo 4, we know it's going to be within a year. If you want to know why we know that, and if you want some more specific theory crafting on a date, be sure to have watched this video over here. If you're wondering why I think you folks will be playing this game in beta before the end of the year, possibly by September, check out this video over here. And otherwise, again, be sure to have gotten caught up on our past quarterly update videos, because that is going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching. Special thanks to my Twitch, Patreon, and YouTube supporters for making these videos possible. If you like what you see on this channel and want to support the creation of more content, you can consider pledging on YouTube or Patreon and unlocking behind-the-scenes content, monthly virtual hangouts, and more. If you enjoyed this video, please share it. Check out these other videos and subscribe to join Rhykkers Raiders for more Diablo content.